Lost track of the forest through the trees, forgot what I was chasing. Spent so many nights living out at sea that my heart is gone vacant. And everybody who was close to me all stayed on dry land. So now I'm driving back on Interstate West, I just gotta feel something. Not gonna wait till the morning, because something's gonna change my mind. I don't wanna change my mind. Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life. Send my best friend an apologetic text, he says to come over. Well, the whole damn town has been waiting for the day when you would come back here. There was dancing and talking and steaks on the grill, and I think that I will be alright. And my ex from high school still looks just the same as she did back in 2009. Not gonna wait till the morning, let's never put the night on ice. Never put the night on ice. Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life. And they all said I was crazy for leaving my money, but it never made me happy alive. Life is just too short to never do what you want to.
So I got a comment the other day on one of the videos that I wanted to kind of share with you guys and kind of elaborate on it and kind of let you know what's going on with my business this year. Okay, so here's the comment. What's your personal realistic goal with new residential only accounts in 2019? Expanding your business? How many customer accounts are you shooting for in 2019? Any possibility to get 15 to 20 accounts? Also, how are you getting them? What's your plan? Do you wait by the phone and hope for phone calls? Are you driving around putting flyers on crappy properties with bad lawns? It's good to work hard, but what are you doing to work smart? But obviously, I'm not just sitting at home waiting by the phone and doing nothing. So we're going to get into it kind of one by one. We're going to answer this guy's questions, and we're going to go from there. So the first question he asks is, what's your personal realistic goal with new residential only accounts in 2019? So my goal this year is to have 50 accounts, residential only, 50 accounts that I do multiple things for. So whether that be mowing, sprinklers, hopefully I get my my weed control and fertilize applicator's license here in the next couple weeks. So hopefully that's another added service I can add. We're doing flower bed maintenance. We're doing all kinds of different things. So my goal is to have 50 clients that I do more than one thing for. And that doesn't mean like 50 clients, you know, and that's it. I want to have 50 clients that I do at least 2 things for. So the next question is expanding your business. You know, yeah, we've kind of talked about that. I talked about kind of scaling back down, but that doesn't mean I want to stay, you know, kind of a small business. I want to grow it back up, but I want to do it in a better way this time. So yes, we are going to expand the business. Next question is, how many customer accounts are you shooting for in 2019? Kind of answered that with my goals. That's kind of, you know, that's kind of my goal is 50. So we'll go from there. Any possibility to get 15 to 20 accounts? Actually, for me to hit the 50 mark, I'm going to need about 15 to 20 new accounts. That's what that's kind of the whole goal. That's why it's funny, because that's why I wanted to bring up this comment, because it's a lot of good questions, and basically that's what I'm shooting for. I want to add 15 to 20 new clients. Right now I'm at about 35 clients. And a lot of those we are doing multiple things because we pushed the irrigation this year to all of our clients. And I'll kind of tell you how we did that here in a minute, but I pushed the irrigation. So I've got a lot of irrigation to turn on this year. And that's what we're doing next week is we're going around and we're doing a lot of the irrigation. And that's an added service. So that's definitely something that has worked so far this year. Also, how are you getting them? What's the plan? Do you wait by the phone, hope for calls? Are you driving around putting up flyers on crappy properties and with bad lawns? No, we're not doing that. So in short, kind of here's my plan. So I've scaled down the business and we're going to try to build it up with residential only. That's the only thing we're looking at right now. And the biggest thing that I've done this year to help my business is I hired an office person. So I have a full-time office person that is taking care of all my phone calls, that is taking care of all my social media, that is taking care of all my invoicing, responding to customers and all that kind of stuff. And so basically what we did is, we hired this office person to take that stress off of me. So I had two decisions in my mind. So I could get off the truck and I could work on building the business the way I want it. But I haven't had very good luck doing that. And the reasons why I haven't had good luck with doing that is, for one, I'm not good at that type of work. Okay, I'm good at actually working. I want to get out there, I want to do the work, and I can make sure the work gets done the way I want it to get done. And two is, I don't have time to do both. It's a lot of work, and that's where I've failed in the past was, my first few years, we were doing pretty good, but I wasn't answering my phone. I wasn't doing a lot of the other behind the scenes stuff because I was just so busy. Well, then I decided to get off the truck and start working on the business and, hire people to go mow for me. Well, that kind of failed in two ways. One, I'm not good at the office stuff. That's not something I really want to do, and I'm not good at it. And it was hard to find help. So this alleviated that problem. So I can find somebody that's good at doing that type of stuff, that likes to do office work, and I can continue to do the work. And in my opinion, it's going to work out just the same. So like I said, that is the biggest thing that we've done with the business this year is we hired an office person, and they are taking care of all that stuff. And it's a very good feeling when you go out and mow all day and you're doing cleanups, you're mowing or doing whatever, and you come back to the house, you're done for the day, and you're literally done for the day. I don't have invoicing to do. I don't have customers to get a hold of. I don't have any paperwork to do. I'm done. She's taking care of everything for me. So it's only been a couple weeks, but it's really, really working out very well. And basically kind of how it's working is, obviously I go look at jobs, I bid jobs, I do all that kind of stuff, and I'm calling her up, and I'm saying, hey, add this person, we got a job, schedule that job, here's what it costs, all that kind of stuff. She's putting it into Yardbook, and she's taking care of all that. She's answering my phone calls, and she's actually pricing jobs for me. So, that's another big benefit of her. So we have a price schedule now. So we actually have a system that how we're bidding jobs now. And I've talked a lot about this in the past, about systems and all that kind of stuff. And it's funny because I didn't even, I've talked about I need to have systems in place, but I didn't even know what systems I needed in place. And when I hired her, I quickly realized that, she's going to have some kind of pricing schedule. So I went through and I made a pricing schedule. And now we actually have a system on bidding jobs, whether it be mowing, whether it be irrigation, whether, anything. We actually have a system at pricing jobs now. And that's something I don't have to do anymore. I'm not bidding lawn care no more. I'm not bidding irrigation anymore. She's doing that for me. So it's funny because I've talked to a few people over the last couple weeks, and they've kind of asked me these questions, and I'm telling them basically kind of what I'm telling you, and they've all told me that I can hear something different in your voice. You're more upbeat. You're more passionate about it now, and they're right, because I think we're on the right track. Now, do I think there's going to be issues? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things that's not 100% worked out yet, but we're on the right track. There's no doubt about it in my mind, and I think we're doing it the right way. So basically, we have this office person now, and she is, like I said, she's taking care of everything, and she's doing a great job. And so we got a lot of different things working. So as far as getting new clients, how am I doing that? So with that office person, we're more involved on our Facebook page now. We're doing weekly posts, if not daily. We're doing a lot of different stuff as far as our Facebook page goes, and that's going to help. And so another thing we're doing is got some door hangers made up. So we're going to do the what people call the 5 around or the 9 around. When you go mow a property, you put hangers on all the properties around you. We're going to do that for the first part of the year. I also have her on Google Maps. Throughout the day, she'll go on Google Maps and she will pinpoint houses in a certain area. So right now we're targeting a certain area that we want to hit, and she's literally just clicking on the house, writing down the address, click on the house, write down the address. So once a week we're doing that, and once a week we're sending out a letter to those addresses, and just a letter of from Top Notch Lawn Care about our services and how we'd like to take care of your property, and we're doing all that kind of stuff. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to pick a little neighborhood in our market that we want to market to, and we're going to do that once a week. And I looked at the direct mail. So I looked at that. It was going to be over $1,000 to do that. And that's just a one-time shot. This here, by doing it kind of a week at a time, I think you're not really, I just think it might work a little better. But then we're going to circle back around to those same groups here another month or two, and we're going to do it again. And we're going to try to flood our market. So that's another thing we're doing, is we've narrowed down our market, and we've narrowed down kind of the properties or the area that we're going to serve. So basically, she's got a map, and we're not going past this street north. We're not going past this street east or west. We're not going past this street east and south. So she's literally she has a box. So when somebody calls her and they're not within that box, we're not even going to bid it. We're not even going to look at it. It's not. We don't want to be out of a certain area. So we're talking literally like 15 square miles, and that's kind of our area. And hopefully we can narrow that down. Now, I say 15 square miles, but we're only advertising in like an 8-mile radius. So right now we have properties kind of outside of that we're still going to maintain, but once those properties that are really, really in our target market, once we start getting those, we're going to start getting rid of those ones that are a little bit farther away. And I literally just want to narrow my market down to something really, really small. And I did a lot of research on this over the winter about this city that I really want to work in. And I know how many people live in that city. I know how many houses there are in that city. I know that the average income for each single house in that city is like $170,000. And so, I've done a lot of research. So that's another thing that we're doing is, we're literally going to try to flood that market with marketing and try to get a hold of that one little city and that one market. And I think if we do that, we figure out how we did that, now we can take that formula, and if we want to expand even further, we can take that formula and go to a different market and do the same thing in that market. So like I said, I feel a lot better right now because we actually have some things in place, some processes and things. Actually, it's starting to kind of feel a little bit like a business now, instead of just kind of willy-nilly everything. But yeah, that's kind of how we're doing it. You know, we're going to advertise. You know, obviously we got the truck. I'm going to put I'm having a sign made up for the trailer. I told somebody this a couple weeks ago. So there's in the town that I'm looking for, there's 16, what is it, a little over 16,000 homes in that area. That's kind of my market. So I would love to get 50 by the end of the year. I'd love to be at 100, you know, maybe more by the end of next year. So basically, we're gonna try to stay in that market and try to develop something really cool within this market. And that's kind of the plan. So to answer your question, I'm not sitting around answering the phone. I'm not driving around putting flyers on crappy lawns. I am trying to work smarter and not harder. I'm trying. Not saying it's working. I'm just trying. I'm kind of a dummy, and you got to pound me in the head with different things. All right, guys. So just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. And one other thing I did want to bring up that really played a part in my decision to hire an office person is I kind of thought to myself, I was like, you know, obviously hiring a lead guy that you can trust to go mow your properties and have your equipment, that's kind of hard to do. I think everybody would agree that those guys just don't fall out of the sky. So that was a real big reason why I hired the office person, is because I'm that guy. I can drive the truck. I know how to mow. I kind of know what I like. So I'm that guy. So it's a lot easier to hire an office staff, in my opinion, than it is to hire a full-time lead guy that's out in the heat and doing all that stuff. It's just, in my opinion, it's easier. So when I put out that ad for an office assistant, I literally had 40 to 50 people reply to me within one day. And they all had, not all, I shouldn't say that, but a lot of them, probably a good half, had really good resumes, had a lot of work experience and all that kind of stuff. So the one I hired actually has done something similar to what she's doing now, but with a different company, doing a different service like trees or something like that. So she was definitely experienced, but I think I'm gonna have a lot better time filling a position like that than I am a full-time lead guy. Those guys come and go all the time. You guys know this. So anyway, that played a big part in me kind of switching things around a little bit. So like I said, so far it's working out great. Hopefully we can keep it up, and hopefully we can build on this and go from there. So that's what's going on, guys. See you guys later.